People always ask me, can I lose my green card if my citizenship case gets denied after the interview? Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Sapochnick and I'm an immigration attorney based in San Diego, California. In this video, we'll talk about what happens if your citizenship case gets denied, whether there's a risk for your green card. Can your green card also be denied as well? Well, typically, by way of introduction, when somebody gets a green card, when somebody becomes a permanent resident, they either get it through employment, so whether they had an H-1B visa, then the employer sponsored them for the green card, they got a green card, or they get it for a family petition. Either they marry a U.S. citizen or a parent petition for them, or brother or sister. So these are the two main ways people get it. Other ways are through investment or asylum. And so typically when you go through the green card process, there is a background check where they want to make sure that you meet the requirements, whether it's a criminal background or make sure that the benefit that you receive the green card, if it's through marriage, if it was a bona fide marriage, if it's to work, did you meet the requirements of education and qualifications? All these things are usually being reviewed and checked during the green card process. Otherwise, you wouldn't get a green card if they determined that these things were fraud. But when you go through the citizenship process, they also will go through certain things. They'll ask you questions if you ever lied to the U.S. government, if you ever committed a fraud, or all these things. It's kind of like the final check. And they will do background checks and they'll do all kind of checks. And if they do find that something was inaccurate during the process of getting a green card, there may or may not be a risk for your green card as well. And let me give you the most common examples where we had a situation where somebody failed their green card interview, and then as a result, there was an investigation open for their green card, and then as a result, they lost their green card as well. And this case involved a person that was married to a U.S. citizen. They got their green card based on marriage, and then they had that person never had an interview during his removal of conditions application. So typically, if you have a green card for 2 years, you have to file another application to remove the conditions. In this person's case, he never had an interview. It was just because at that time they didn't have any interviews, or maybe they forgot about him, or whatever the reason is. He got his green card without a second interview. Everything was good. And when he went for his citizenship, he was no longer married to that woman, and they asked him some more questions about how he got his green card. And there were some inconsistencies as far as some addresses, as far as some dates and names, that, because remember, they have your file. They have the file of your green card at the time of your citizenship. So when the officer looked at the application, there were a lot of inconsistencies with his green card information that they provided. And the officer decided to investigate further. So he told the applicant, listen, I can't approve your citizenship right now. I have to check a few more things. And they went further. They compared some of his answers. They pulled the file, and they really had a doubt about his relationship. And so what they did is not only they denied his N-400, but they also issued a notice to rescind his green card, because the fact that they found that there was some fraud in the way he received his green card. And that person, we had to go and fight his green card rescission. We had to provide some evidence. And after almost 2 years, we were able to save his green card. And he didn't want to apply for citizenship at that point. But the bottom line is that, to answer the question, yes, there is a way, there are some risks that if your citizenship application gets denied, they may reinvestigate your green card depending on how you received your green card, depending on what happened in the N-400 interview, and really whether there's a reason for them to have a doubt that you received your green card by way of fraud, or you're not eligible for that green card in the first place. So again, normally there shouldn't be a connection between a denied citizenship and your green card, because citizenship can be denied for reasons like bad moral character at the time, you failed your test, you have absences from the U.S. more than you should, things like that normally shouldn't have any direct impact on your green card. But there are situations where, like in the example I just described, where when they find out at the time of the N-400 interview that your green card was also obtained incorrectly, they may go back and try to rescind your green card after denying your citizenship. Hopefully that information was helpful and give you a little bit of an insight as to when that can happen. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at jacob@h1b.biz. Post your comments below with any other questions, and make sure you share that video with a friend or anybody that would need that. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let us know any other videos you would like us to make. I'll be happy to see you in our next video. Perfect. Right?